Yeah, I think that's right. Fuji's got some of the best players, man. And then there's IRK and then Nas, from what I hear.
Yeah, Nas has really good players as well. Sugo, Dragon, Ian Surg. I think Gypsy play there too. So good
Hopefully
team.
they'll join us at some point, man. I know Dragon has, and he's
Yeah,
tried to get some of his players to come.
yeah.
Eventually, he says they might. For now, no.
Well, Dragon, I'm not a Protoss user, but I really like Dragon's way of playing. You have to be a really good Protoss user to to impress me. So
I think he's the
Dragon.
manager of Nas, right? Or Nas?
Sorry, I didn't get that.
He's the manager of Nas or Nas?
I'm not sure who's the manager or leader of that team. I
That's
will
what
be.
I think he is. That's what he told me. And I was gonna say it's unusual for managers to be that good. Usually, right? They're usually
Yes, because they have to focus on managing, not playing. So I think they have to invest all that time.
yeah, good
Uh,
point. And sometimes they
but
were just never really good, like players to begin with.
yeah, it depends.
I'm
It
including
depends.
myself in that category because I never got that good.
Depends. You can say that casters aren't good, and you see Artos is like he's an 8 run, or even you see on StarCraft 2 TY, it's a pro gamer in S rank league in GCL, and he is also a commentator.
That's a good
So
point. They were really good players too, yeah, to begin with. Right?
yeah, well, you have Nadra, can mean that it's was a commentator as well. Some transition from pro gamer to commentator, some do it in between transition. I don't know. It's not mandatory that you have to be not good to be a manager, but often if you need to invest your time managing in the management of your team, it's understandable that you cannot practice that much. So, but StarCraft isn't a game that demands nowadays so much, I believe. So, I think it's reasonable for a manager to be a player as well.
Good points. And there goes the scouting probe, Dewalt.
Yes, one thing you need to know for the third is to how to wall in each base. So every base that it's on a upper, or you have like a down exit or an upper exit, you can close with a forge and a gateway. And every main base that you have like a sideway exit, you have to put a pylon, a forge, and a gateway. That's why a detail that I always saw. So
And he's worried about Zerglings running in, but here, Sziky? I'm sorry if I keep mispronouncing his name.
Sziky,
It's just expanding
yeah,
twice, right?
Sziky, we call him Sziky. Yeah, with 6 Zerlings you can kill one cannon. So I think he knows he made 6, so he's kind of worried that he made a little bit more, and the world doesn't want to take chances.
If this is a 400 APM Zerg, man, shit.
Well, Siki was always fast and very good in the game, and he was well known for his aggression play. This is an
Dewalt
aggressive
played
Zerg.
really well too.
Well, the Dewalt is a really, really solid player. He
Yeah.
knows it. He knows his reloaders, he knows his timing. So it's not that easy, and I'm saying it's impossible, but because everyone can miss. But he's a very solid player who has a very good knowledge of timings and has
He's been in quite a few show matches with us. If my memory serves me correct, the only one he lost was against Scan, and I think he rematched Scan and won one show match. So
he lost versus Scan. I know. I saw him beating him, but I don't remember the loss.
maybe he's undefeated then.
Yeah, because versus True Touch he won, right?
Maybe
He
Jerry can
won.
tell us later.
He
Yeah, I
won.
wouldn't trust my memory. It's
He
pretty
won
shitty.
versus Crossy. He won versus Scan. He won versus True Touch. In my memory, he's 3-up.
Yeah,
No
those
loss.
might be all the matches that he's played. You might be right. Okay, so I just made up a show match against Scan that
We
he
need,
won.
well, we need a rematch.
So he's
Or he
undefeated, maybe. Jerry
Yeah,
can confirm that for us later. Maybe.
maybe.
It's probably not going to do it.
So he's
Yeah, so these
going.
are really solid players. It's
So he's going +1 Sears, which is different from the match versus True Touch. This is kind of interesting. I don't know if he's adapting his build order to his opponent, or it's just about the map. So now his Corsair sees that there's no second gas, so he must know that he will make like a macro Hydra build order. He won't make Mutas, just Scourge, because he don't have enough gas um, to do Mutas efficiently. So kind of a standard game here that we are observing. +1, um, +1 on the halfway done, uh, and we see that Dewalt is kind of scared of Mutas. I don't know.
I love this like period of silence and inactivity where they're not making any like units other than like probes and drones, structures. It's almost like unsaid agreement where they're just like,
Well, one
very
part of the game in modern StarCraft is to execute your build order properly. Is to have a fairly safe build order, know how to scout and the possible counters to it. For example, fooling and all that, like the first attempt in the start, and then I think you just execute your build order uh, the cleanest you can, and you micro your army correctly.
Is the vault supposed to be ahead in supply by this much?
Yeah, yes,
So that's normal.
yeah, that's pretty normal. So he imprisoned one proof just to stack the coursers and be able to do micro correctly. So now probably we'll be seeing like Hydra and Lurker
Oh
from
wow.
Sziky, and a little bit of harass of coursers from Dewalt. But honestly, I don't think that he will make a lot of damage since Sziky is really well defended. He have a lot of catcheries, a lot of hours defending each position. He even have like overlord speed, so I'm not seeing how those coursers would be very effective. Now he's starting to macro up, so in the near future, the world will be needing storms, high Templar for storms. The good thing about those coursers is that they can deny any mute harass. So Dewalt is not worried about making like dark archons and mutant sniping or things like that. So now he can just straight up macro and try to fight this full Hydra and maybe soon lurker compositions. Since Sziky didn't make any spores, he always leaves a couple of Hydras in his base to protect his overlords. So that is bad in a way that he cannot send all his units to attack. So maybe this will cost him uh, the results of different battles. He will lose a lot of engagements if he's not able to send his whole army to clash the Protoss army. Um, I'm not seeing any. He's just started doing the lurker research. Dewalt is making gun range with observers. He didn't start his third Nexus. Sziky just made one more hatchery in expansion on the Seek of Clock position, but that's an expansion that doesn't have gas, so I don't know how important that is. It will help with the macro, but I don't know.
And Zerg doesn't need a third extractor there at his second expansion, I guess, or what is that? The third expansion.
Well, now, I think he's just trying to macro full Hydra, a couple of lurkers.
I'm surprised he's been able to do that because they're so gas heavy with just 2 extractors so far.
No, three to be honest. The main, the expansion, they have another, and he's making his third now. Now he will be able to make full Hydra, lurker, ling. That is good, and he can out macro the Protoss. But now we would all rely on micro management. So to be honest, I don't know. This could go like a 50-minute game, or
That's a crazy supply right now.
yeah, it has a lot of zealots, but lurkers are on the way. He has just one observer, but this could be stopped with lurkers, not just Hydra. So I don't know. A lot of zealots, but again, just one observer. Those are really good storms, so wow. Wait, the Wolf is winning?
Closer than I thought. Yeah, now he's bringing the overlords.
Yeah, but this played. Wow. So yes, the Wolf was able to win that fight. Pretty amazing, to be honest. And Sziky taps out. Wow, I didn't expect that. So game one goes to our Protoss comrade.
That's impressive, man. Almost a 400 AP on Zerg. 13-minute mark.
Yeah, Sziky was always very fast.
Didn't see him get muted as that game, but maybe in the next match.
Well, I think mutas weren't a good option. And he wasn't trying to do mutas. He delayed his second guess. So I think he wanted to play a straight macro game, but Dewalt just outrun him with his army. So it will be interesting to know what he's going to do now. So this map is Fighting Spirit.
Yeah, that's right.
See. Okay, so standard map.
Chosen by Zerg, I'm assuming.
So when you lose a standard macro game, it makes you think what is the player going to do now, because if you get like defeated playing standard, it means that you will change your build order, you will repeat the same strategy. Of course, it wouldn't be wise to repeat, but is there any other option? Uh, Maybe Sziky this time will try to be more aggressive. No,
What'd you say, Jerry?
you're not in the game.
I'm so sorry, Jerry. I thought I saw like two people there.
He just woke up.
I was like, why is Jerry saying something? He never comes
Yeah.
in. So. That's
He
my
must
bad.
be really. Yeah, I didn't notice.
Jerry, I hope I didn't offend you. Okay, so that was a rematch that he won. Yeah.
But I saw a Showmatch where Dewalt beat it Scan 3-1 Protoss Terran.
That was I think it was a best of 7, 4-1.
Yeah, 4-1. Yeah, or 3-1 or 4-1. But
Scan will say it was really late too, and he was like
yeah,
for something. Which it's really tough organizing show matches because of time zone differences.
yeah.
But we've been able to do some interesting things despite that. But anyways, I guess he's he's lost one, but he's won most of his show matches so far. But who knows? Maybe he'll lose this. Be a second loss. Sziky is undefeated. I think he's played one show match and he won that one.
So I popped the question again. What do you do if you played like standard the first game and you get like rolled over? You change strategy, you try to be a little bit more aggressive, you try to do the same thing. So
Right.
that's the thing about losing your playing standard your first game. If you lose it, you don't know if the both players play standard and they will and the other player win.
So it's up to the person who lost to really try to figure out what to
Yeah,
do, and the winner can kind of play standard again.
yes. If I'm the world, I will just do the repeat the build order, I play standard. If I know that macro versus macro, I can win. there's no reason why I cannot repeat the same strategy.
This is really weird how he's sending his drone out.
But maybe he expected to for the world to try to deny his expansion. So maybe the other drone was heading to the 3 o'clock
Yeah,
to
that
throw
makes
the
sense.
catcher. So when he saw that the world wasn't trying to just delay his catchery because he isn't rushing, so it's not very important. He's just going to harass with his zealots.
Someone has asked if you've ever played with Dewalt. Now he said with Dewalt. I don't know if he means against or if you've.
Against the wall? No, neither. I never played against the wall. I never played 2v2. I never had the pleasure.
They're both part of the same team, IRK. One of the top foreign
Yeah,
teams.
but Russia has different time zones. I practice with another IRK members. For example, with Oya, I played and he uh, destroyed me fairly easily. I helped him practice, but I
Right.
don't think that I was much of a help.
Well,
And
you're probably being modest. We have had him once. Hopefully, we're gonna have him again at some point.
well, as in my opinion, Oya, Dewalt, and Bonnet are the 3 best foreign protos by far.
Hmm.
So, uh, so they really show excellent level.
And two of them
Bonnet,
are in your clan, man.
yeah, yeah, they are simply amazing, and I am a fan of them because they play really good. They play like in incredible style. So I really enjoy this kind of product play because it's like quality. It's not like they are not improvising or doing non-affecting things. Everything, anything that they try to pull, they work, and it's for a reason, and they style the
Right.
game.
I kind of got that feeling when I was watching Madhino, even though his opponents were playing really well. Dragon and Casper. It felt like everything he was doing was the perfect counter and the perfect time.
Yeah, well, I enjoy smart players because they keep the game interesting. So Protoss is a race that you can repeat 1 or 2 orders and be effective. So there are not many Protoss users who are creative and who know that harass or tend to go outside the box, to think outside the box. So
Do these positions favor Zerg or Protoss, or really neither at this point?
mm, I won't say it helps any one more than the other. I think these positions are very good for a rush and not a macro game. So uh, I
Right.
think it would have been good for example, Sziky to try an Hydralist burst on this position, for example, uh, because he's playing standard again.
Do you think he spent
So,
too many minerals on these Zerglings here? Or that was good that he made a bunch and they have speed?
well, he had to. I don't think he wanted to because he has the Dewalt has been pumping zealots non-stop from the beginning of the game, and he has 6 zealots versus 12 links. So he has precisely the amount of links he needs to deal with this. So I don't think Sziky is happy uh, with these starlings, but this is an answer for the Walt's strategy and aggressive playstyle. So what is interesting about this map is I really like what Sziky did, like expanding in another natural expansion, because now he can just block with 3 or 4 Sunkens and take another main. and he has like uh, 4 extractors for free, and that is always very dangerous. So if I would play Protoss, for me, I really would have a bad time versus Ceres, who just expand on other natural expansions, because a Ceres with 4 bases is really hard to stop.
Right, and a 400 APM, Derek.
Yeah, 400 APM Ceres we have
You up?
with a lot of sunkens and know how to defend. So now the Vault's only option is to uh, like burst open an expansion, and with this building placement, I don't think that it's possible. At least for me, maybe he's in another level than me, so maybe he can. But I find it kind of hard, or I find it quite impossible to break in. But we have to wait and see if our our Russian comrade can prove me wrong. So he's moving out. He doesn't have +1 yet. He's about to finish. So maybe he's trying to make some harass. But Sziky already had 3 sunkens on each base, which will deny any kind of attack. He's
And
making mutas.
pop out.
Yeah, that's interesting. But the world has Corsairs and +1 attack. So I don't know how how effective those mutas are going to be. Of course, they will deny any harass from the zealots, but I don't know if they will make a lot of damage, since the world has he doesn't have cannons prepared on his natural, but he has cannons on his main, and he has a fair good amount of coursers. So he's making quite a fast third expansion, which is odd.
Meters are
Only
gonna take out that Nexus, I think, at 9 o'clock.
Well, there are 7 mutas against and 3 scourges versus 6 coursers. So
There they go.
maybe I think the coursers will win the battle.
Ooh, is he not gonna destroy it? He's so close.
Yes, he will.
Ooh, nice storm.
Nice focus fire on the scourges as well.
Wow.
Nice save by Dewalt. Really good play. So the zealots are standing outside the natural expansion on the upper right, but he knows that he can't go in, and he cannot waste those zealots. So all the meters are gone. They
Yeah, that's
have,
not good, right?
yeah, they have. The odd thing is that they have like +1 carapace, but I think he's not committing anymore
You're
to
like
the
the only
mute.
person I know who's actually called it by its real name.
Oh,
Cars,
and
everybody just says armor. I love that.
okay, okay. I didn't know how to call it. I can say armor. It's okay.
No, no, that's perfect, man. I didn't actually know what it was really called. But
Okay, so
he's back. He's got about 7 now.
now he has 7 mutas that are mainly uh, built for doing some harass and maybe sniping some high templars. And now Sziky will change to full Hydra. He could go here, to be honest. I don't know which are his late game plans. Maybe he will try to macro again, but I think a Hive transition will be wise, in my opinion. since the Wolf is dealing with this harass really good.
I love that little back and forth between their Corsairs and Scourge. That was cool.
Well, you have to know how to micro properly your units. So a fourth expansion is finished for Sziky, and now it's a big question: what is he going to do? I think he's going to macro straight up. He has only one evolution chambers for the upgrades. He's upgrading attack for Hydra's attack. Sorry. So maybe this will just end as a macro game between these two armies. The world has almost 8 gateways, but again, I don't see how he can uh, crack open any of these bases. Sziky is throwing more and more hatcheries. And now he's building armor for his um, ground units. So the world has defended all this in a proper way, but what I'm wondering if he would be able to handle the Zerg's army.
He seems to be on the defensive, and Zerg is just sort of poking and then running away and poking again. He's making a lot of lurkers, though.
Yeah. Well, I think lurkers on defense will be able to deny any attack from Dewalt.
That's exactly what he's doing, I guess. I'm guessing that colony's going to be turned into a spore.
Yeah.
Like any observers. That's really annoying.
For me, it's I'm personally very interested in watching how the Dewalt will attack, since for me it's almost impossible to break lurkers and spores and sunkens setups. So the macro difference is pretty huge. They have like 50 supply in difference of an army difference, and the Dewalt has decent upgrade, has 1-1, while the Zerg has only one attack finished. And now he's trying to snipe some Templar with like a group of fighters. Maybe it's buying some time. The Dewalt is almost maxed out. So I think he's now committed just to the macro game. So Sziky didn't make a spore, he made a sunken.
It's hard to break unless you got that many units and a good strong unit composition.
Yeah.
Micros them.
Yeah, I want to see this.
Good storm. He didn't really move his Hydralisk at all. And he's gonna lose all those lurkers, it looks like.
Well, he left like 3 Templars on the back and destroy all the Hydras. So yep, it seems the Dewalt is an unstoppable destroying machine.
You know how many he lost, how many units he lost, eh? He had such a huge army.
Well, like I said, it's really hard to breaking a Zerg main base with lurkers and sunken. Unless you are the Dewalt. I have godly macro. Okay, GG. Wow. Okay, go polypoid.
Spoiler.
Boy.
Has this match ever happened between them? Do you know?
Probably ladder, but
So it can only happen during ladders, maybe clan wars, or like tournaments, right?
Yeah, but I don't know if they play like friendly matches. That I really don't know. If they're friends outside or practice partner, but that I cannot tell because I don't know about their personal relationship. So okay, Jerry, we're waiting for you there.
Yeah, sorry about that last game.
I feel like Home Alone, you know, Kevin.
That was an awesome.
We,
Yeah.
yeah, we left Jerry in the other game. Jerry, Jerry,
He like
and
came.
I slapped my own head, my own face. Jerry.
I think he was mocking us because we were casting to. Uh, he was in the chat screen, right?
I'm sorry, Jerry.
It's my fault. It's not yours.
Okay, so Polypoid, the map that you like, that you love, because all the Kakarus, Ursadons, Panthers, and
The
all that,
bears.
yeah, all that animal things that you like, and Dandy hates.
Yeah, I don't know what his problem is, man.
Yeah, I think it just create Polypoid to kill all the bears, and then leaves the game.
Everybody else was leaving him alone, but Dandy, I was watching him closely. Shot and killed every single one of them. I think he's had bad experiences where like he lost a major micro battle, or you can't expand because like the things are in the way, and you develop this hate for like critters.
Well, yeah, they can be annoying.
Well, I think they should have made him indestructible. Like you can't kill them.
He will be
It's like another
a
obstacle, right? Like they're
my
obstacles.
own SCPs troll me sometimes. Imagine readers. If I'm not able to expand for a creature, I will just leave the game.
Really?
I write a letter to Blizzard, or in this case, Activision. I would
Well,
be so
they're,
annoyed.
they're part of the map, right? So there are certain designs of the map that you have to just live with. You know, bridges and ramps and all that. Well, critters are kind of like that too. So if they get in your way, well, it's part of the map. You should be able to.
They
But there are
were
critters on
they
map.
live here before you, so you have to respect them.
Exactly.
They came with the map. You
They're
just
units, man. Control, fun units.
take another expansion. Okay, so now in this game we see another different opening from our product user Dewalt. He opens File and Forge, which is interesting. He's not committed to harass. And the same question, we're gonna see if Sziky would try to change one more time his strategy since game one didn't work, game two didn't work as well. So we see a fast extractor and many links. So yes, he is going to change his approach to this game. So as I said before, 6 links kill 1 cannon. So the world is going to need more than 1 proof to stop this attack.
I think every game he's gone Forge, right? I think he
On
made
gateway,
and
file
Cannon.
and, file and gateway. So that's 2 different openings that are different. So the cool trick is that Dewalt attacks his own forge with the proof to
Ooh.
avoid the links. Oh my god. Oh.
Both are so good at micro, but Devault's there. Got the best of him. I think he took out one probe.
Yeah, but that's
Not worth.
perfect outcome for Protoss.
So this is a really safe build by Protoss, right?
Yeah, yes, this is designed to kill almost everything.
Has he been doing it? Is this the third time he's doing the same build, or have there been like?
No, he did the Pylon Gateway the first 2 games. This is the first time he does Pylon Forge this series, right? Versus Blue Touch, he swapped between Pylon Forge and Pylon Gateway. I think nowadays this is the Pylon Forge and Pylon Gateways are the two most popular reloaders for Protoss versus R, right? In this
He
matchup.
never really poked out with the Zealots, did he? He just sort of like defended with them.
Yeah, he did. The last game he had like six zealots, and that's why Sziky had 12 Zerlings. So he tried, but even though he didn't go out with the zealots in a premature way, he forced links from his opponent. So that if you make links, you're not making drones, you know.
Sziky got him back, man, for the lings he lost.
One zealot, I don't think that Dewalt is upset for that. So I'm wondering if the world is going to make some +1 air again, or he will try to do another thing this game. I think Sziky will try to macro up, do the same thing that first game. He tried to do a run by this game, but only 2 links could sleep in the wall base, so I don't know. In this case, they have speed, so maybe they could be very annoying. More if they are managed by a 3 APM user, so I think these links will be immortal. So macro Hydra game for Sziky, and the world will stick with his strategy. If it ain't broken, they'll fix it. So the world will make the same build order at this game as well. One link is gone, one more to go, and dead. Okay. So yeah, we are heading to that passive part of the game where they both build what they gotta build and try to macro the best they can. The world scouts with his Corsair to confirm that his opponent will not be making mutas, at least not anytime soon. So he knows he can just macro easy. He adds a second cannon just to support any kind of Hydra attack, and now he will start doing lots of gateways and pylons and will start macro as soon as he can. He will make up to 5 or 6 coursers like last game.
You think that was a good move, backing off with the links?
Yeah, since he's counter-attacking the 9 of Clubs expansion, and he doesn't have any cannons there, any sunken sword. And the zealots are +1, so he will make a lot of damage with this attack. Sziky will stop it, but he will pay a price, a drone price. So now he has only 26 drones, 28 which isn't very good, to be honest. And the wall just add on 2 extra cannons for defense, and we'll start to macro in no time. Sziky is going to counter attack, so we'll add more cannons, and he's delaying his gateway production for some reason that I don't understand, of course. He just back up with the Hydras because Corsairs will kill every Overlord. So now, to be honest, Sziky is in a very uncomfortable position. He isn't able to move out because the Corsairs harass, and economy-wise, he's he's left behind because of the constant attacks from the Protoss. So ADT takes 1, 2, 3, 4 drones before he dies,
Yeah.
and this is not looking good for poor Sziky. Dewalt is going to start pumping up units, so I don't know, Ox. I think this will be a 3-0 for Dewalt.
Dewalt didn't move out until he had 4 Corsairs. Like he didn't move out with the Corsairs until he had 4. Is that right?
Yeah, because Corsairs do AoE damage when the units are stacked, like Mutas.
Because sometimes you
So,
use them just for scouting, right? But maybe he wanted
well,
to.
well, he committed because he made +1 air attack. So he needs like a reasonable number of Corsairs to, first of all, being able to one-shot Scourges so they don't die. So he needs to group up that Corsair with one proof that it's trapped between pylons. You can see that proof in the main base. And when he groups up with that proof, he can stack the Corsairs and he can micro versus Scourge, Mutas, and any kind of unit.
Oh. Oh my
Oh,
god.
well, those were perfect storms.
4 Templars.
Yeah. So Sziky received lots of damage. I think he will be able to defend this expansion, but he taps out because he knows, even though he defends this attack, that the Dewalt will outmacro him fairly easy.
He was just making lurkers too. If he had maybe another minute or two,
Yeah,
geez,
he
maybe
was
50.
going to defend. I think he was going to be able to defend, but uh, I think he had no more.
Would anybody predict that outcome? What was that? 3-0?
Yeah, 3-0.